PA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. And tonight we've got an AFC matchup in store for you, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Indianapolis Colts. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Throwing on the first play from scrimmage, here's Burrow. Finding room in midfield. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. That's to his tight end, Tyler Warren. So the completion good for 7 there. And that will bring up 3rd and 1.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Burrow going to keep it on the sneak. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's 4th down.
Well, that play seemed well scouted defensively. They collapsed everything inside. Nowhere to go on the quarterback sneak. Now it's going to bring up 4th down.
Try to punch it in with Taylor. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And this defense holds on the night's opening drive. Looking to put a drive together. Jackson. He'll find Metcalf. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that will bring up 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series you have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. I'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forcing incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Colts will take over possession here up at the 44.
1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
Here's Burrow. That went out wide and intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Steelers are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Jackson going to keep it. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Oh, Lamar Jackson just so electric, Charles, when he gets into open space, and we saw Exhibit A right there.
You know something? I'm standing up here in the booth next to you watching the play. He buckled my ankles on that one as well. It doesn't matter whether you're actually on the field trying to chase him or you're just watching him play. This guy is sheer excitement.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Well, that play there was certainly a scouting report special because coverage was all too aware that this close to the end zone, he's going to become a bigger weapon for that offense, and they were there to help force the incompletion.
Here's Jackson. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
To throw is Jackson. He'll try and do this himself. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 15-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Oh, he shifts past him. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. And make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Brings up 2nd.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. Burrow looking to pass. They're going for Jefferson downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. They go play action now. Jackson. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Grover Stewart getting in there for the sack. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
Setting up the screen, this is Gibbs. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds.
I like the thinking there because right after a sack, it can be a great time to call for a screen to your running back and use the eagerness of the defense against him. Able to gain some positive yards out of this one and make things a little bit easier for him on third down.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a third down coming up. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Jackson now. And that is incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Fourth down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Over the middle, complete. It's Taylor. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want...
Now Burrow loses the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. Now it's Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 39. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So again from the 39, this time from the other side of the field. Here's 1st and 10. They'll try the left side with Taylor. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They're passing here. Joe Burrow.
He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning.
It's a gain of 6.
And that's good for a gain of 6. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Now Burrow.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 22-yard line.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. This one brought in by Jefferson. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now it's Burrow.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Burrow will throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
So on 4th down, Spencer Schrader on here for the Colts field goal.
From the left hash, this from 34. And this one is right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Well, the good news, at least they won't take that goose egg into the locker room. Maybe a little something to build on.
Yeah, it hasn't been the greatest of first halves for them, has it? But at least now, as you mentioned, they put some points on the board. And it's been funny in our experience watching games. Sometimes something as little as a field goal can change the fortunes of a team, and they could come out and look real sharp in the second half.
Nifty move.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Steelers taking over now late in this first half. And with a 7-3 lead, we'll see how aggressive they want to be. Targeting the out route, and he completes this to Metcalf.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. As the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
Now it's Jackson. Now he'll tuck this and run. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Here's Jackson to throw.
Short throw caught by Bowers.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll make it 2nd down. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Now 2nd and 3. Now Jackson. Now he's going to step up and run. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And the Steeler first down.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Steeler offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter.
We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
3rd and 5. Jackson. Now he'll tuck this and run.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
And, Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Another run for Gibbs here. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40.
It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. Those are the type of runs that we did not see from him in the first half, but a good start to the third quarter.
And I know what everyone's thinking that's watching this. They did a great job adjusting at the half. Oftentimes you don't make adjustments. You just dial into your game plan a little bit better, and maybe they're starting to make some headway.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
We'll get the tight end Bowers involved there.
That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
On the give, here's Gibbs.
And not much, maybe a yard down to the 23. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, That would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
From the 23, here's the 2nd and 9. Now run by Gibbs.
Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. 1 yard and now no yards. Have him looking up in a 3rd and 9 situation.
He had a minimal gain on 1st down. Now they stop him for no gain. What do you think, going in a different direction on 3rd down?
Could very well be. I'll guarantee he's asking for the ball 3rd time to try and make up for the first 2. But his QB might very well say, well, my man, maybe next series. Let's try someone else on this play.
And they'll get to him short of the 1st down at about the 16.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch, not much yardage afterwards.
Boswell's kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the 2nd half.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the 2nd half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Taylor. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. 3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Indianapolis. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the 4th quarter. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's going to loft one deep left side here.
He's got a first and maybe more.
Touchdown, Indianapolis!
Puka Nacua,
68 yards.
And the Colts are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th.
Yes, it was a touchdown, and not just a TD, but how about a long touchdown that puts them in a great position now.
And now just an extra point away from tying this thing. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field.
They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown. All tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here.
Looking to put a drive together. Throwing is Jackson.
Short throw caught by Bowers.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 7.
Now it's Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
The Steelers on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. The slot man in motion right. Jackson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter.
Looking to put a drive together. Here's Burrow.
Middle of the field to Jefferson.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and 1.
They'll look to throw. That is incomplete.
Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion forced there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
Well, he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with a back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 49-yard line.
Now back to throw.
A short one there, caught by Warren.
7 yards there and a 1st down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw.
Going to be taken in here by Nakua.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
But they'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
Burrow looking to pass.
Pass complete there to Nakua.
Complete to Puka Nakua. It's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 5.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And he is going to have the Colts first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. On the counter, it's Taylor.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
At the 15-yard line.
This is 1st and 10. They run once more with Taylor.
The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as it comes with 1:25 left to go in the contest.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 12-yard line.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. Burrow going to get this out to Chase.
Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
A big play here. 3rd and 2. Burrow. He'll try to pick it up.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Joe Burrow.
A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Colts have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
So Lamar Jackson in the offense, trailing 17-10, 1:11 to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down.
Now Jackson. St. Brown on the catch.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
Well, to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Huge 1st down, gotta hurry.
Yeah, now they have to get up there, get set, and then spike it.
Good for a Steelers 1st down. It's a gain of 20. And the Steeler first
Final
down.
minute. No timeouts at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10.
And that'll be caught by St. Brown. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Well, I'm no coach, but there's just not time right now for throws that short.
Yeah, sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. As Coach Madden liked to say, sometimes you have to take what you want.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Throwing, Jackson. Short throw caught by Bowers.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The sound reverberating here in the Dome. This is 3rd down. Jackson. Yeah, to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Down to their last chance now. This is going to have to be a heave for the end zone and just hope for a miracle.
And I don't sit back with everyone back defending. I've got to have somebody rushing the quarterback. Don't make it easy for him to set up and throw the ball all the way downfield.
One last shot for Jackson. This to possibly force OT.
And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over.
So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And it took a big 4th quarter to do it. But bottom line, they got the job done.
Yeah, it is the bottom line, isn't it? A few anxious moments along the way, though. A few sweaty palms, not just for the team, but for their fans. As you mentioned, down going into the 4th quarter. How about the rally? How about the comeback? Getting it done on both sides of the ball, holding them when they needed to, and finding ways to get points when they had the football.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Colts are winners as we say so long from Indianapolis.